Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because we're diving into the new release from Ensley and I have the Whispering Woods. There's an eyeshadow palette, there's a blush and highlighter palette. We're going to dive in, we're going to swatch them, we're going to get this really gorgeous eyeshadow look, see what it's all about, and kind of discuss some things that have been going on. Now you guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications of new videos. If you like this video, make sure you hit a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this look and what the swatches look like, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, today we are diving into the new release from Ensley. This is Whispering Woods. There is a face palette with blush and highlighters. There's the shadow palette with, there's shimmers, mattes. Looking at this, the color story is absolutely gorgeous. This one kind of has me reminiscent of one of the first palettes I picked up from them. And it had the green shades. Actually, let me go grab it real quick. The palette I'm thinking of is Groovy Garden. I could just be remembering it wrong. Let's compare. Because it has kind of the grungy shades in here. Actually, there's more greens in Whispering Woods. And I'm looking at this now and I was like, okay, I might have another palette completely confused. So this one has like the pastel greens. And then this one has more of the like foresty greens. I think I'm losing my mind, you guys. Looking at this, actually, this has some shades that are similar to a bunch of different palettes I have from Ensley, but I don't think they're the same tones. Looking at the shades, really gorgeous mattes. I'm excited because we're getting into fall vibes, even though it's summer. I was looking at this and I was like, do I really want to use this? I still think these two shades right here, so this peachy, is that peachy? Corally. Coral, and then like this mustardy orange, like neon-y yellow. Poppy. I think both of those kind of bring out the summer vibes in here, but then you've got the grungy purples and greens and the browns. I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see what it looks like and what it looks like swatched. The shimmers look breathtaking. I'm excited to swatch this. I am so ready to dive in and see what they all look like. And then of course, you've also got the face palette. This has 4 blushes and then like a blush topper and a highlighter. I'm excited. Yeah, so it says blush and highlighter palette. Because even then, when I swatched this, it could be this melon shade, but it could be a little bit lighter, or it could just amplify some of the blushes. I'm intrigued. Is this one a cream? Is it? So it looks like you have 3 powder blushes in a cream blush and then the 2 highlighters. I don't know. Where's the sleeve for it? You guys, I did take the sleeves off because I don't always keep them on when I'm doing my B-roll for it. Nope, there's nothing on here that says anything about the shades. I know for the eyeshadows, it does. Interesting. I'm excited. Let me go ahead and swatch the eyeshadow palette, and when we get closer to the blushes, we'll swatch those. Okay, you guys, the swatches did not disappoint. The shades are beautiful, very green leaning palette. There's a lot, like even with the multi-chromes, some of them are leaning green. And I wouldn't have necessarily known that from looking at the pan. Now, the mattes are buttery smooth. They swatch beautifully. I'm excited to see the blendability. I haven't had any issues in the past with blending with Ensley. The shimmers and multi-chromes, beautiful. I am so excited to play with these. The shade Mystic Mushy. This one, in the pan, it's marbled and just, there's so many shades that are in there. Looking at the pan, it looks purple, gold, orange, burgundy, but then if you have it on its side, it looks different varying shades of green. Now swatched, it's kind of like a scarab, but not quite. Like, it is mesmerizing. There's part of me that's like, no, we're not using green shades. I kind of want to use the matte shades Rooted and Echo, which are kind of purpley, and then use Mystic Mushy? I think it's mushy. Like mushroom. It is what it is. Trying to figure out some of these names. The Coral Toadstool is also speaking to me. Part of me is like, okay, do the burgundy shades in the outer V area in the crease, and then do Toadstool like in the inner corner, and put Mystic Mushy right here. It might look weird. It could be interesting. I don't know. The other shades that are very interesting to me, like Fairy Ring, that one, looking at it in the pan, kind of gives off like, on the side it looks champagne, but then when you hold it staring at it straight on, it's kind of green. And then on the arm, it does have green, but then there's some other like pinky tones and variations in there. Fairy Whisper leans bluish purple, like kind of a periwinkle shimmer. And then, hi ma'am. We have the fur. Ooh, Dixon's got her. She's like, no. When he's got his back turned, she's like, ooh, I can get on her lap real quick. And then he was like, I heard you move. And now he's just hanging out at my feet. Animals. Love them. Whispering Bloom is also really interesting. It's not marbled. It's more like they just took all the glitter and just threw it in the pan. And it's kind of like, I don't know. It looks like kind of a funfetti glitter smorgasbord. It's really pretty. Swatched, it's breathtaking. Really gorgeous. It kind of has like a minty green shade to it. It is quite interesting. And then Mycena, it's the one next to it, between Dream Willows, in between those two. And it has like blue and green tones. I'm intrigued. I want to play around. I'm going to go and prep my eyes, wipe my swatches off, and we're going to dive in. Okay, you guys. Looking at these shades, and I was like, ooh, am I really doing like the purples and burgundies? I think we are. I'm going to dive into the shade Rooted. We're going to do fluffy crease brush, put it into the crease, the outer V. There's a little bit of like kick up, which is fine. I've talked about that in the past. You guys, I do want to talk about something because it was brought up in a previous Ensley Rain video in the comments. And I can understand everyone has opinions about things. And I don't get into a lot of things on my channel because not everyone is of the same opinion. There were some things that happened with Ensley Rain. I don't know all the details. I read a little bit, but the idea is, or what happened, is that the owner of Ensley Rain was posting on the business Instagram or TikTok. It was one of those social platforms. And as a business, you have all kinds of clients. You have all kinds of people that follow you, purchase your items, whatever. You are allowed to have the opinion that that you want, right? But at the same time, people are also going to be upset if they don't agree with it, right? Well, this one, my understanding is that it was against the trans community. I have friends and family in both the LGBTQ plus community. And whatever your opinion is, it's your opinion. I'm going to continue to talk, but we are going to dive into the next shade. I'm going to go into Echo. Still going to pick it up on my fluffy crease brush before we like deepen it up and finesse it. Now here's my thing. As a business brand, if you are branding to everyone, so for me, on my Instagram and my TikTok, they're both my business and my social. So whatever is linked for my socials on my YouTube, that's my personal and my brand. However, Facebook is locked down because that is for my friends and family and the people that I work with closely. That is just personal. Whereas my Instagram and my TikTok are both open. But I post my opinions. I follow and like things that not all my friends or family or viewers would agree with. I don't talk about politics on my channel. I don't talk about LGBTQ plus. Like, not everyone is of the same mind. You are entitled to your opinion. I'm here for the makeup, you guys. I love the makeup. I do enjoy Ensley Rain makeup. Now, do I agree that the owner maybe should have taken it on a personal platform? Sure, fine. I don't always dive into the pages of the owners. Huda Beauty, her page is both her personal and her business. I love following her adventures. I love the journey that her brand has made. And what was it? She owned it originally, she sold it, and then she just bought it back and she's rebranding, or changing some of the packaging. There's a lot of things that are happening. But YouTube for me it started as a hobby. I'm still full-time with the military. I still have less than a year now. And I don't know what that's going to mean for my YouTube when I have to get a big girl job. But when you're asking me about why am I still using Ensley Rain, I like their makeup. I wasn't aware of everything and the drama that was going on. I don't watch the drama channels either. Those YouTubers that have those channels have their own opinion as well. But there's some brands I may not use because something came up and I feel some sort of way, or I don't think they work for me anymore. I have my reasons. I'm not going to sway you. I'm literally trying out the makeup. I'm telling you what I feel about the makeup. I'm not telling you my personal opinion about a brand owner or their views. We're all entitled to our opinions. I don't know why I'm showing you guys the color. It's still the same color on a different brush. I'm losing my mind. The one thing that's great, and that's why the world is the way it is, good or bad, whether you like it or not, the way the world is right now is because we're entitled in a lot of countries, in some countries, not all, to our own opinion. I joined the military to protect, and you're entitled to your opinion because of that. It's your right. I fight for that right, but I'll tell you right now, well, in uniform, I do not get to have my own personal opinion on a lot of things. So enjoy that. Take it for how you want to. I'm still going to try out and see what the brand, what the makeup looks like, the blendability, the color story, and we can agree to disagree, honestly. I hope I don't lose subscribers over it. I hope that you're still here for the makeup, and sometimes I have some really long, crazy chit-chatty get ready with me's or just interesting life updates or whatever's going on. But there were a lot of people, okay, I say a lot. There were one or two that were commenting about what had just happened, and I had to go look it up. I didn't even know the whole story. But at the same time, I do enjoy makeup. A normal consumer doesn't always do a background check on the brand that they're purchasing from. So that's just my 2 cents. You don't have to agree with me. We can have the conversation. Be respectful. You don't have to like the brand. You don't have to like the color story. You don't have to like the eyeshadow. You don't have to like the owner. But if we're gonna have that conversation, and yes, I know I brought it up, but if you want to have the conversation, just be respectful. And we can have the conversation down in the comments. But I thought I'd bring it up because it was brought up in a previous video in the comments. All right, so that's where we're at with the purples. I'm really excited to dive into this coral shade. I don't know why I said peach. It is very much coral. So we're gonna pop into Toadstool, which also, are there coral colored toadstools? I'm gonna pick it up on my pencil brush. I did use my primer and put it all the way into the inner corner. Usually I do my concealer there. We'll see if I need to touch it up later. But for right now, because I'm trying to do right here. Also, Jamie and I are supposed to be going to the brewery for Harry Potter trivia tonight. Definitely not Harry Potter inspired makeup. But I was like, okay, well, I can at least wear my Harry Potter shirt. All right, you guys, so I'm just bringing it through this inner corner area. Very different for me. I don't always do the pop of color in the inner corner, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta have fun. Now into the shade Mystic Mushy. All right, so this one I'm gonna pick up actually on my ring finger. Ooh, very foiled. I'm just gonna tap it into place. I'm not gonna go all the way into the coral shade. I just wanted to like come up and kiss it a little bit. I am going to take my little silicone spatula, no extra product. I'm just gonna like finesse this area right here so it can smooth out a little bit and blend into the coral. This is very interesting. This is very different for me. Let me go do this eye, some base products. We will dive back in. Okay, you guys, base products are done for the most part with the exception of blush and highlighter, and then we'll go back to the eyes. Now, as far as swatches are concerned, very beautiful shades. Shadow Root, which is that brown tone, is more of like a bronzer shade. And I had pulled a bronzer from my drawer that I haven't used in a while, and I was like, ooh, maybe I'll try that. I might use Shadow Root as like just a powder bronzer to see how it looks. Then Cedar Rose, really pretty shade to it. I like that it's a little bit more peachy pink than the like berry pink of Wild Berry. Rosewood is a cream. I already set my face though, so don't know that I'm going to use that. Then the highlighter is gorgeous. So we're going to dive in. I'm probably going to use Cedar Rose because I think it'll go better with the purple, and use Shadow Root as my bronzer. So where's my bronzer brush? So popping into Shadow Root, still my messed up brush. I did use a cream contour stick, but I have been using powder bronzer just to kind of like set it and make sure like it's good as far as blending out. This is a nice shade for bronzer for me. Now granted, it's probably meant to be a blush or like a bronzer, but for me, we're using it as a bronzer right now. I think I like how it turned out. Okay, you guys, we're going to pop into Cedar Rose. I just went in ever so slightly. We're gonna see what it looks like when it builds. Don't have to go in too heavy-handed for this. And I just like to stamp it into place before I go in, like blend it out. Really pretty, has a nice flush to it. I think I'm gonna go into Briar Rose real quick and just kind of put a little bit of that melony touch on top of it. See if we can get a little bit of a sheen. Ooh, kind of a nice glow. If you wanted it mixed in, you could just go into Cedar Rose and Briar Rose at the same time, just so that it's mixed together. No right or wrong way to do it. Now into the shade Woodland Glow. I'm gonna use this on my brow bone because I'm not really touching anything else. My inner corner is just gonna stay that way. And then we'll use it on the cheeks. Really pretty, like icy white shade. Ooh, that is a really pretty glow. I have been impressed with the highlighters I get from Ensley Rain. Really pretty. Okay, now diving back into the eyeshadow palette because we need to finish off the under eye. I'm gonna go back into the shade Rooted. This one picking up on my little tiny smudge brush. We're gonna tap that into place before we blend it all out. And then into the shade Echo, and we'll switch to the larger compacted smudge brush after I tap it into place. Back into this one, just making sure the edges are blurred and blended underneath. And I'm not going to put anything additional on this brush. I'm just going to blur the edges. So we got a lot of purple going on right here. There we are. I'm popping into Toadstool real quick, just to touch it up ever so slightly. There we are. Let me go finish off brows, liner, mascara, and lips, and I will be back with the final look. Okay, you guys, I am back and this is the final look. I really like how my eyes turned out. The coral shade, I was just kind of like, are we sure? And then with the liner and mascara, I feel like it all comes together. Jamie just got here because she is stopping here and then we're gonna ride together to the brewery that's doing trivia. And I was like, I don't feel like this is very Harry Potter vibes. And she's like, Luna Lovegood. And I was like, oh. Okay, I can see that. It's fun. I really like this. I like how my makeup turned out. I love that I have this glow from the blush, what is it? Briar Rose. That is really pretty on the cheeks, really gorgeous. I think it all came together. You guys are gonna have to let me know if you're picking up Ensley Rain Whispering Woods. The palette, I really like this. Even Jamie was like, I need a photo of this. I really like that. I like the color story. I feel like during the fall, I would reach for this quite a bit. I'm also intrigued to see Poppy in the inner corner. I don't know if I can't do it for work, but on the weekends, we could do a pop color, just a little bit of fun, zhuzh it up a little bit. I like it. Let me know your thoughts. Are you picking up the collection? Are you picking up just the palette? Are you passing on it? I know we had a conversation about things. Let me know your thoughts. Put it in the comments. Like I said, please be respectful. We all are entitled to our opinions. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree. I am wholeheartedly on board with that, but you guys, let me know, put it in the comments. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.